Welcome back and thanks for staying with us on Republic TV. Well, we're getting some breaking news at this moment. In a relief for Sushil and Gopal Ansal, the Supreme Court has rejected the curative petitions of the victims and the Ansals will not be going to jail. They had earlier been fined with 30 crore rupees each in 2015, but the victims wanted jail punishment. So there is Supreme Court now rejecting Uphaar victims' plea. They have rejected the curative petitions by the victims, and Akhilesh, my colleague, also joining us live on the broadcast with more details on the same. Akhilesh, this fire tragedy, one of the deadliest in the national capital, took place 23 years ago, and now Supreme Court coming out with relief for the Uphaar brothers, for the Ansal brothers, I beg your pardon. What more details can you share as far as the order is concerned?
देखिए, क्यूरेटिव पिटीशन में उपहार पीड़ितों ने मांग की थी कि जो 2 साल की सजा है वो 2 साल की सजा दी जानी चाहिए, लेकिन 2015 में जब फैसला आया था उसमें 7 महीने सिर्फ और सिर्फ गोपाल अंसल को जेल में रहना पड़ा था। सुशील अंसल को मेडिकल के आधार पर, उनकी उम्र के आधार पर कोर्ट ने छूट दी थी। इसका विरोध करते हुए विक्टिम्स ने रिव्यू फाइल किया था, जो वो भी खारिज हो चुका है। आज क्यूरेटिव का जो जजमेंट आया उसमें भी साफ तौर पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इनको रिलीफ नहीं दी पीड़ितों को, और माना कि जो पुराना फैसला है वो सही है, यानी कि 30 करोड़ रुपए इनको देना पड़ेगा। वो दे भी चुके हैं, लेकिन इनकी मांग थी कि उन्हें 2 साल का जो जेल होता है, जो सजा का प्रावधान है 2 साल, वो दिया जाना चाहिए, लेकिन क्यूरेटिव पिटीशन को सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने खारिज कर दिया। यानी कि अब गोपाल और सुशील अंसल को जेल नहीं जाना पड़ेगा, जबकि विक्टिम जो उपहार विक्टिम्स एसोसिएशन के लोग हैं उनको इस फैसले से काफी निराशा हुई है। उनका कहना है कि 2 साल की जो सजा है वो कम से कम दी जानी चाहिए थी, जिससे कि इस तरह की लगातार जो ट्रेजेडी हो रही है उस पर एक मैसेज जाता समाज में। लेकिन फिलहाल सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ये फैसला है और इस फैसले को मानना ही पड़ेगा। लेकिन कुल मिलाकर देखा जाए तो विक्टिम्स जो है वो काफी निराश हैं। उनका कहना था कि 2 साल की जो सजा है वो जरूर दी जानी चाहिए थी। कंपनसेशन का कोई मतलब नहीं होता। कुल 59 लोगों की मौत हुई थी, जिस तरह से दर्दनाक मौत हुई थी, उसको देखते हुए कम से कम 2 साल की जो सजा है वो दी जानी चाहिए थी। लेकिन फिलहाल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उनकी ये मांग क्यूरेटिव पिटीशन में जो की गई थी उसे खारिज कर दिया है।
Absolutely. Akhilesh, it was one of the deadliest fires in the national capital. This happened in 1997, and the Uphaar victims have been taking the fight bang on ever since. But certainly now the Supreme Court giving relief to the Ansal brothers. If in detail you could take us through the timeline of this particular case, Akhilesh.
देखिए, 1997 के बाद लगातार ये इनकी बैटल चलती रही। लगातार विक्टिम एसोसिएशन इस मामले को लेकर कोर्ट में पिटीशन लगाता रहा, और अंत में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जब 2015 में इस पर फैसला दिया उसमें साफ तौर पे उसने माना कि ये एक बड़ी गलती थी। इसमें सिर्फ गोपाल और सुशील अंसल की ही नहीं, बाकी भी फायर सर्विसेज की, दूसरे दिल्ली सरकार
Akhilesh,
की गलती।
I'll come back to you in just a bit. We have Abha Singh also joining us on the phone line. Abha, you know, no jail for the Ansals. The Supreme Court has rejected the Uphaar victims' curative plea. You know, so certainly no relief for them. They wanted jail term for the Ansal brothers. What's your first response really? Because they've really been taking up this fight hard and strong since years now.
It's a setback. It is a setback for the Uphaar cinema victims, because they lost their loved ones. Some people lost their children, some lost their husbands, and now if the Ansal brothers are not behind bars, I would say it's a travesty of justice. But nonetheless, since Supreme Court has rejected the curative petition, one cannot say anything about it, because ultimately it is the apex court of the land. But somewhere the message goes that the corporates and the rich, for them there is a separate set of laws.
Absolutely. And the fact that, Abha, you know, 59 people lost their lives, and like you rightly pointed out, so many have lost out on their loved ones. And in that sense, since they've been taking on this fight since years now, no relief coming in for them, no jail term for the Ansal brothers. Of course, one of them was already let off in 2017 itself. The message that this really puts out is absolutely unfortunate, because people certainly end up losing faith in the judicial system, in the larger judicial system in this case.
Absolutely, because for a person like me who's an activist lawyer, this judgment was quite bizarre, which Supreme Court in 2015 had ruled a penalty of 60 crore, and the court said that 60 crore penalty was adequate punishment for the owners of the movie hall, and they were not required to go back to prison because they had done a certain amount of jail. But I still feel money cannot bring back those people, and just putting a penalty for them, 60 crores is nothing. For a corporate group which would have thousands of crores, for them 60 crore is peanuts. But the people who've lost their breadwinners, for the mothers who've lost their sons, it is not justice, it is not healing.
Absolutely. Many thanks, Abha Singh, for joining us with your views on the same. Remember, viewers, 23 years ago, Delhi's Uphaar cinema became a victim to one of the deadliest fire tragedies. And now in the latest, we have the Supreme Court denying the curative plea of the Uphaar victims.